Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
And two idiots join the Inquisition. Dark Heresy! Welcome back to another episode of Dark Heresy. As the Imperial Scribe of this vessel, I am super duper excited to be documenting the many adventures of Andrew Dickinger, Shepard Tooms, and their Servo Skull companion, Daniel Fernandez. When you last left them, our boys came face to face with a mutant assassin, but thanks to some quick thinking and an incredible shot, they managed to fell the assailant and even save its target. Now they travel to the kitchen to follow this thread of poison and lies. What truths will they uncover? Let's find out.
All right, well, it took a little longer to, acquire that extra charge for your fire extinguisher, but at least we've made it all the way to the kitchen.
All right, yeah. All the kitchen staff seem to be looking at us very nervously, and the guards have their guns trained on, casually, but trained on the kitchen staff.
Tooms, I'll take care of this. Wine, who? What, now?
What?
Yes, you clearly have shown that you've done this many times before. Very eloquent.
The officer in charge, who you recognize as Irene, who you had a encounter with earlier, says, "Oh, it's you two?"
Yes, it's us again. Nice to see you, Irene. It seems that we just keep bumping into each other like this throughout this little castle adventure of ours.
It's a castle adventure that you're having?
Well, all of my, I guess, off-world trips feel like adventures, Murder, more murder.
You're selling
late nights.
Selling it real hard there.
Lots of obscura.
Well, we've been interrogating the kitchen staff while we've been waiting for you.
Who handles the wine?
Well, there's only one person who is in charge of the wine this evening.
Do you happen to have a sommelier here?
That's the word. That's the name of the person who handles the wine.
Of course, everybody knows what a sommelier is.
Ironically, I do. For that one person that I used to know that drank an obsessive amount of wine.
Well, it's good for you, of course, right?
We're talking piped into the person.
Oh.
Via tubes.
In a tube?
Tube.
My goodness,
Tube
that's
wine.
obscene.
He was a Malfi noble.
Oh. Oh, it was a Malfi tube. You didn't say that.
Malfi tubes are better.
Of course. The medically enhanced to give you the best amount of wine in the most consistent amount of time into your mouth.
That's okay. Moving on. Sommelier.
They also double well as a way to choke someone alive.
You want to speak to James then?
Yeah. If James is the wine guy, then yes.
Yes, he is, and a well-dressed gentleman who seems to be very confused about everything that's going on. Has actually been locked into a side room because they suspected that wine was involved, and you two are let into the room with him.
So as we sit down with James, I'm gonna Shepard's gonna slowly just peel off of his bow tie, his unwrapped bow tie.
Maybe twirl it around his fingers.
Twirl it in his fingers.
Tightly pull it a few times.
Yep. James, how are you doing this evening?
I was doing fine.
James, I've had quite a tough evening. A couple murders, a couple break-ins and smashed windows and killed assassins. What kind of wine would you recommend for that, James? What should I pair this evening with?
We have an off-planet, red,
Has this red got any new flavor added to it, James?
So I move over to Tooms and I whisper in his ear. So are we doing the good cop, bad cop thing?
I mean, certainly, yes.
Are you good cop?
Yes?
All right, I immediately say in my hands, "Where'd you get the wine, James?"
Which wine? What are you talking about?
The wine for the Baroness.
Oh, that was a special cask that was given to us by the Baron, Baron Walker.
And you tested this cask before you brought it up to the Baroness, did you?
when Walker delivered it, I tasted just a little bit of it to get a good sense of the flavor. I think it was fine. I only took the tiniest of sip, though.
Are you feeling all right, James?
I feel awful.
What do you mean you feel awful?
I'm extremely nervous. There's people yelling at me.
Yes. Emotional state, James. I'm talking about your personal body, your insides. Are you
Physical?
feeling any tiredness, sluggishness? Are you shitting yourself, James? We need specifics.
It's been a long day. I'm pretty tired. I don't know.
Maybe, doctor?
Oh,
Give
yeah.
him an old check?
All right, I'll give him the once over. So I'm going to do a Medicaid check. So I rolled a 41 with a plus 20.
So how does this go? Do you just shove a needle into him?
I'm going to be...
He is the bad cop.
I'm going to I'm going to go over, I'm going to grab his arm, I'm going to pinch his ear, and then I'm going to stab the needle into him.
Ow! Ow!
And I actually got 2 degrees of success. So-
All right. You detect trace amounts of the same poison in him.
And I just look at Tooms and I just nod my head slowly.
James, this is better than it could have been, because it turns out this cask of wine actually wasn't your fault. I mean, it's kind of your fault. You let a cask of wine in and gave it to a baroness that could have potentially killed her, but at least we can rule you out as not being a complete moron.
When the Baron delivered it this morning, we just put it in the wine cellar. I don't think anybody had been in here, but it was in here all day. But I didn't do anything to it, and I tasted it right before we brought over to the Baroness, and then.
Now, James, did anyone else, that one cask of wine, did you deliver it anywhere else, or just to the Baroness?
Just to the Baroness. It's been here in the wine cellar all day.
And I sit down on the table, and it was just the Baron that said specifically to give this to the Baroness. It was direct orders from the Baron.
And he said it was a gift to anybody who needed it. He said he wanted the best. It was his gift. He said it was going to be the gift for the Queen, but then the Queen is...
I'm sorry, what was that? I was going to ask about the timetable on this, but this was given specifically for the Queen originally.
Yes, I guess.
And then after the Queen has... James, do you know the status of the Queen?
She's passed away.
Yes.
She was murdered by the mutants.
Yes. When the cask was changed from the Queen to the Baroness, was that afterwards, or was that before? Was this meant for both, or just one?
I don't... It was...
Wait, so did the Baron tell you that he changed his mind, that he said that it was originally intended for the Queen, but now he's giving it to the Baroness?
He said that he brought wine to... You bring wine when you're visiting somebody's house.
Yes, of course.
It's a gift.
But who was the wine barrel intended for?
Probably the Queen, but then he said he wasn't going to be able to give it to the Queen anymore, so anybody could use it. That was this morning, and then we put it away in the cellar, and then this evening I went and got it, and I tasted it, and it tasted fine. It actually tasted really good, and then I brought it up to the Baroness.
I slap him.
Yeah!
Get a hold of yourself, man!
James. So, this was originally intended for the Queen, and then when she expired, you decided to give it to the Baroness, or... James, and I need you to be very, very clear on this, or my partner here is going to have to slap you again. Did someone else suggest that you give it to specifically the Baroness?
Mr. Walker said to give it to the nobility.
To all the nobility?
Yes.
Even himself?
Well, you don't drink the wine that you brought. I suppose he was going to have some of it at some point.
So this wine was
maybe
intended...
I think he has maybe more in his own room. I don't know.
So this wine was intended for everyone?
Not me.
Yes, obviously, James. I'm speaking when I speak to the nobility, I mean all the nobility?
I guess. I don't know. Yes, I was just in charge of giving the meal to the Baroness tonight, and this was this new fine wine that we were going to have the Baroness try.
And we, get up and, move to the corner of the room and, glance back at him occasionally while
Can
talking.
Can we, for 2 minutes, just go,
That's all he hears from us as we're whispering in the corner
Yeah.
and glancing back at him occasionally.
This worked before. Can we huddle up, as they say?
Yes.
So we huddle up in the corner.
So,
Feels like home.
clearly... What did you say?
Nothing. Ignore that.
Clearly Walker intended to poison the Queen, but obviously when she expired, he intended to poison the other
we don't know
nobility.
that for sure.
But, he brought this Specifically, this wine barrel for the queen.
Yeah, I mean, he said the sommelier said he tasted it immediately, and he has traces of the poison in him. So, I mean, it sounds like the plan was originally just to poison the queen to maybe take her place, but if it's meant for all the nobility, he was trying to kill frickin' everyone.
Well, that was afterwards.
He tasted it immediately, but he also tasted it right before he brought it up to the Baroness, right?
Yes, but he's clearly sick, so we don't know if the agent makes it taste like crap, but he said it tasted pretty good.
Oh, you're saying that he tasted it immediately, but then it was stored all day, and then he tasted it again before.
That's what he was saying, I think. Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying that there's the possibility that somebody tampered with it in the wine cellar before it was brought up to the Baroness.
I don't know. I mean, your theory that Walker was trying to poison the Baroness or the Queen or whatever. I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense. I don't know.
I mean, he is vying for the throne.
Interesting. So maybe he actually did bring the wine intentionally for the queen as a gift, and then after the fact, it was... Wait a second.
Wait, could we be... There's only two possibilities I see here, is that it's either he's very bad at concealing his tracks and he gave just a poisoned thing of wine to give to the queen, or we're seeing a real switcheroo here, and this is the easiest way to throw blame on the Baron.
Here's the very easy question to ask. Clearly the Baroness was intended to be murdered in that scene, and then if the wine was figured out that it came from Baron Walker, that he was the Baron who committed said atrocity, which noble would be left not in this poor situation?
Oh, there's only one.
Woke.
Woke is the only one left.
Very interesting.
But Walker is an idiot.
He is an idiot, that is true.
You know, there's a real
It is
easy...
probably because he talks to robots all day.
You know, there's a real easy way...
No offense, Daniel. You're different. You're special. You've got a fire
he's not a
extinguisher.
robot.
I'm one of the good ones.
Yes.
You have human traces, Daniel. Don't listen to him.
Listen, things are weird on Malfi.
Okay. That's been made very clear.
You know, there may be a real easy way to test this, is we bring some of the wine up to Walker and see if he's about to drink it, and if he does, like, not knowing, we slap it out of his hand at the last second.
I do like this gambit. He is also stupid, but it could be a way... But if he's an idiot, he might just drink it, and if he doesn't know, he might try to drink it. What if we brought this wine to Woke?
Yeah, I guess we could just we could just assume that maybe the Walker is stupid and just take it to Woke.
Because could he have forgotten that he poisoned a wine? The man's a moron. No, I feel like he would still at least remember that.
I guess maybe idiot isn't the right thing, but he doesn't seem to be the assassin-y type, is all I'm saying.
He was very certain of his position.
Well, he's also, he's not that stupid. He's very competent in robotics, which takes a lot of work.
Yes, this feels very clumsy. I think we run your gambit, but we run it with Woke. See
Okay.
what he does.
I mean, I think that if we get an immediate response from him, he either drinks his own poisoned wine and passes out, then I guess he's risking his own... What happens if he drinks the wine?
Do we want to be accused of poisoning the Baron?
Yes, this is all getting very... this is all getting very dangerous in a lot of different ways.
Do I still need to be here?
James... No, I guess not.
James... No, I've got nothing.
Yeah, James, get out of here.
Okay, thank you. Could you unlock the door?
No, stay in here for a few minutes. Think about what you did, you moron.
Oh, okay.
And then we walk outside and close the door
Close the
behind
door
him.
behind us. Interesting. Irene?
Yes.
Oh, wait, is her name Irene or is it Adler?
Her name is Irene.
Okay.
Her last name is... She's Commander Adler, but...
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Irene, I think we have a lead, potentially. Do us a favor, leave James back there for a few more minutes. He needs to think about how bad of a job he's done. And at the end of the day, he's just more of an idiot than he is an assassin, so you can certainly let him go.
Oh, okay. We'll keep an eye on him anyway.
So I start walking down to the wine cellar
Okay.
and to get the cask.
Actually, before we get down here, Irene, who
Yeah.
has access to the wine cellar?
The kitchen staff has access to the wine cellar.
Is there anyone else who would, possibly?
Well, anybody could order the kitchen staff around, I suppose.
Wait, let's talk to James one more time.
And yes, hold on. And then before we do that, I mean, sticking to the good cop, bad cop routine, but also, Irene, is there any other entrances to the wine cellar but this door here?
No, I believe this is the only door.
Excellent. All right, let's go.
Open the door again. James, we're back.
James, you lied to us!
What? No! What are you talking about?
James, relax. Listen. Are you the only person that has access to the wine cellar?
I'm the only one who's supposed... no, I'm not.
James, how would one get access to the wine cellar? Is it through keys? Is it through some sort of lock? Is it just a door one opens? The security here is just a dream for someone like myself, but James, how would one get access to the wine cellar?
It is locked, but all the kitchen staff, or at least the ranking members of the kitchen staff, all have keys to get in there. And they'll give it to servants when they need to go in there and get something.
So literally anyone could potentially get into the wine cellar. God, this place.
Have you seen anybody go into the wine cellar
Anyone you didn't recognize?
before you served the Baroness the wine?
I've been in and out for most of the day.
Anyone who didn't belong? Anyone who seemed suspicious?
I'm trying to remember. There's been so many people coming in and out. Some of the nobility have sent their own servants in to get wine to be delivered to them, and we concede to their wishes.
I assume both the servant from Walker and from Woke made their way through here?
And yes, those two royals, but also any of the other nobility that are visiting from all the various parts of the planet. They were all here for the Queen's birthday.
So I turn around and whisper to Tooms, this may be a dead end. I don't know if we can track down the whereabouts of everybody in the castle.
Yes, not via the who went into the wine cellar last. I guess we'll have to think of something else.
We'll put a new lock on the wine cellar. Make sure.
Yes, James, please put a new lock on the wine cellar, and also maybe put a camera or two in there. Just a thought. You're just serving food and wine to the most powerful people on this planet. Just a thought.
So I step out and I'm like, we shouldn't have said that to him. All right, Irene, you should, change the lock on the wine cellar and put a camera, trained on it.
And, we never know when or I might be back here myself, so if you could give me all the access to those cameras, the security codes, and any of the ways that you might set those up and the directions they're pointing in, that would be really helpful. Just, I'm just curious about these things.
I'll take that under advisement.
Perfect. All right.
So I go down and grab the cask.
the cask of... Can you lift it?
Well, how big is this cask?
So you go down into the wine cellar and you see the cask has been smashed open.
Shit. And you just hear shit go up the stairs to the kitchen.
Well, that's probably not good. What's going on down there?
The wine cask has been broken open.
Shit!
My thoughts exactly.
And you see a couple of the servers like, the wine cask has been busted open, and a couple of them are like getting mops and stuff.
No. Don't mop anything up. We need it as evidence.
So I take...
God, is this what it's like after I leave these places? Just a bunch of idiots bumbling around trying to figure out how this was all done? This is ridiculous.
So I take a sample of the wine.
Okay.
That's been broken.
Okay.
And does it have traces?
It has traces of the poison in it,
Okay,
yes.
so it was poison, somebody broke it open. All right, so I'm going to make an awareness check and just see if there's, potentially hidden access to this room like there was in the Queen's quarters.
Okay.
No.
There is not hidden access in this room.
Well, this room is obviously totally secure. So I just walk back up the stairs. Well, that's a fool's errand.
Does it look like it was smashed bluntly?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it was just, destroyed.
Daniel, I'd like to do a scrutiny check to see if anybody got, if one of these kitchen staff, smashed the barrel, if any wine could have potentially gotten on, their pants or splashed on them in any way.
Okay.
Here we go, scrutiny check. Oh, that's pretty good, actually, because I have a plus 10 to that. Nope, I miss it just by exactly one. I got a 45 and a 30 and a 44 would have given it to me. I could spend a fate point to up it by one, but I just don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
This wine barrel was definitely smashed by some sort of blunt object.
All right, well, what do you think? We can go up and speak with this woke fellow, or try to find old St. Collins, as you say.
It is getting rather late.
Maybe we should retire for the evening.
We could, and I just want to point this out. Even though the cask is broken, we don't have to tell Woke that. we can just go. It's still do the same. Give him wine plan, see his reaction, and just take wine from something else and say it's from his cask.
It's very true. We could still do that. It's an interesting gambit. I'm game if you are.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So I guess we'll go up to Woke's quarters then.
Yeah, we go to Woke's quarters.
We can say that we should have a word that I've never used before. We can have a nightcap with him.
Interesting.
All
right.
I think that's the right word. Is that the right word?
Yes. Yes, it is. A nightcap. All right. Let's head up. Knock on the door. Baron Woke?
A servant opens the door. Actually, there's a little window in the door that the servant opens. All of these royals have little windows in the door. The Baron has retired for the evening.
All right. He's asleep then.
He has retired for the evening. He's not seeing anyone else. And then the servant looks over his shoulder. No, the Baron is not seeing anyone else. So
All right.
I apologize, Master. You are great, and if I can help you with anything at all, I can deliver a message to the Baron when he has awoken, or anything like that. But I'm sorry, we cannot not allow you in at this time. The Baron is not accepting guests.
I'd like to make a check on this person by the window. To basically see if they're a little nervous at all, or excessively nervous. Because I don't know what's happening inside there. Maybe Woke's been killed.
Or Woke tortures people or something. Who the fuck knows?
But yeah, I'd like to do a scrutiny.
Woke wouldn't torture people. What are you talking about?
I'd like to do a scrutiny check.
Yeah, that totally works.
Maybe better this time. Nope, 86.
This servant seems very nervous, but all of the servants seemed very soft-spoken and nervous when you were in here earlier.
Is the opening big enough that I could slyly glance into the room with my night vision goggles and see past the servant to maybe see something going on?
It'd be at a -10 to see anything.
Okay, I'm gonna try. No, that's an 86.
All right. While you're trying to get your night vision goggles readjusted or whatever, the little window closes.
Well, it seems that he's certainly gone to bed for the evening.
I mean, maybe that guy seemed kind of nervous, didn't he?
What, the servant?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were all nervous when we were there before.
I guess.
Yeah, Woke doesn't seem like he tolerates much failure from his waitstaff.
Yes, I'm sure he's not the best person to work for. Listen, it is getting a little bit late and I need to get my murder sleep, so if I guess we could all retire for the evening and then maybe...
You need to, stop tying murder into everything you do.
Listen, if you love what you do, it's part of everyday life.
That doesn't mean you have to say it every single time. You mentioned murdering a lock. A lock is not alive. To be murdered.
To be fair,
Unless it
I
has
do
a
a lot
machine
of...
spirit, and then I guess it is kind of alive, but not in that case. That was a dumb wooden lock.
It was a metal lock.
On a wooden door.
It was on a wooden door, yeah.
That's true.
Low tech.
Yeah.
No machine spirit for me to talk to.
This is true.
Very true. But here's the thing. I mean, I usually do these missions by myself, so having someone here I can talk a lot more and bounce some ideas off of, and sure, a lot of them are about murder, but we get our job done.
No, just tone it down.
Fair enough.
One notch.
All right. Well, I'm going to retire for
Maybe
the evening
5.
to get my regular sleep, and then we can all sync up in the morning. Then.
You don't even need to say regular. Just sleep.
All right. Fine. Sleep.
Okay.
Did that feel good? Just saying that.
Separate rooms.
All right,
conjoined
then.
rooms. All right.
All right. You want to go to bed, Mr. Tooms? Is there anything you want to do before you go to sleep, or are you just trying to, also same thing to you, Andrew. Anything you want to do before it's bedtime?
Interesting fluff bit. Found out that tech priests don't actually ever sleep, but we're gonna say that I do.
You probably sleep though.
Yeah. I'm not full converted yet.
Yeah, fully tech.
I mean, you could go around and do some more stuff while Tooms is sleeping.
I'm just gonna fiddle with my mechanical arm in the room because it accidentally plunged through somebody's face, and I feel like that needs to be addressed.
So when you go back to your room to fiddle around, Tooms is going to do a little bit of late night slinking around the castle because he knows that assassinating happens the best in the evening.
So can I do something while he does that? Suspicious about him going to sleep because he's a suspicious person in general. Can I remotely turn on his microphone so that I can just listen to what he's doing? I won't act on anything. I just want to see if he's actually going to sleep.
I mean, you'd have to make a tech use check to access it remotely.
Well, it's a good thing I have a...
And he would also have to say things. You know, if he's sneaking around, he's probably not talking too
No, but
much,
I mean, I could hear, like, movement and,
Okay.
like, doors opening and closing and
Well,
shit
would
like
you?
that. And then I could, like, surprise him at a moment's notice by talking into his ear.
Okay.
All right, so a tech use check. I have a plus 40, so... yeah, that's super passes.
Okay, cool. That's
All right,
fine. Whatever.
Turn it on. It's not making noise now.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm going to do a stealth check.
Okay.
My stealth is really good. I have a plus 20 to it. To
Okay.
try to just slink around the castle and try to observe if I see any, like, strange people moving about. Essentially, like, going to and fro to places where I wouldn't suspect them to go.
Okay.
25, so that's a huge success. So I'm going to move quickly and kind of perch up in one of the corners in the castle and look down at, like, kind of the different stairwells to see if I see people going in places that they wouldn't normally travel.
I'm assuming you have your cloak pulled over.
Oh,
you
yes,
and
my
everything.
cloak pulled over and I'm hiding in one of the corners.
As you're looking around, so you don't 100% know what movements are, like, the appropriate movements
Regular,
or whatnot.
yeah.
But it looks like there's not too many people moving around. There's apparently a cleaning staff going at all times, just rotating through the entire castle and, like, switching out. So there are some people that are just, like, sort of dusting and cleaning and polishing and whatnot. Besides that, you don't see much, except you do, as you're slinking around and seeing stairways, you see that there is one servant who approaches the door to you and Andrew's room and puts, it seems to be doing something to the door, and then it looks like they're going to walk away.
Like they're setting something on the door?
Yes.
Can I see from where I am what they do to the door?
You'd have to get a little bit closer, unless you want to make a perception check. Right now, you just see somebody at the door.
I'd like to make a perception check.
So, like,
see what
look
he's
at,
doing.
look more closely.
Very bad. I definitely can't see. My hood
Yeah.
falls in front of my face for a second.
It's like, ah, shit. Yeah, you can't quite make it out, but there is some sort of a servant who did something to the door. It's unclear what. I mean, you've seen it now, though,
Yeah.
so you could just go investigate it yourself directly, or you could intercept that servant.
Tooms is kind of sitting up there in the corner, and he kind of smiles. Interesting. And Tooms is going to slink around the kind of the outside edge
Yeah.
of the castle, kind of hugging the wall. And is there an opportunity where I can kind of appear in front of the servant, but as if I'm coming out of, like, another door?
Yeah, I think you rolled well enough
my
on your
stealth
stealth.
check
Yeah,
was
you rolled
really,
your
really
stealth
good.
check well enough.
It was basically at a 5 if you take my plus 20 into account.
Yes.
Was the servant, and I'm not actually there, but was the servant wearing specific clothes? Because they all dress differently for the different people.
It looks like you're just one of the Eisenholm like servants,
Oh, gotcha,
not one of the nobles.
Continue.
Yeah.
So the servant's walking away and
Yeah.
turns a corner, and it's just me turning the corner with a cup of, like, it looks like a hot beverage,
Yeah.
maybe like a grim dark tea, if
Yes.
you will. Oh, hello, there you are.
Oh, hello there, sir.
Yes, what's your name?
My name is Jonathan.
Jonathan. Yes, that definitely seems like your name, not like you came up with it on the spot. Anyways, Jonathan, listen, this tea is getting awfully cold, but there was something wrong with my door earlier. I sometimes like to go out on these late-night walks and drink tea throughout a cold ice castle. Regular things. And if you could come with me for a moment, I was having a problem getting back in my room.
Oh, yes. I don't know if I have the key, but I can look.
Sure, of course, Jonathan. If you could just follow me this way and...
Okay.
Andrew says to himself, "What the hell is going on?"
All right, Jonathan, this is my door here. And can I take a look to see if there's anything different?
There is a note taped to it. You don't need to roll.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's odd. Huh. Well, this seems to be a note here. Jonathan, can you hold my tea for a moment? And I hand him the hot
Yes,
tea.
of course.
And I pull the note off the wall. What does it say?
Well, it's in an envelope, but once you open it up, it says...
The envelope explodes.
Yeah. No. It's full of asbestos or
No!
anthrax or
This
something.
is filled with bees.
Yeah. Ah! No,
You're a
it's...
talented assassin.
The note is scrawled in a relatively messy handwriting, and it says, "As you know, the Baroness still lives. She trusted you once. Things are not what they appear. Find us in the mines. Trust no one." And there's just an X on the bottom.
Now, I need to ask
Find
Jay...
us in the mines.
I need to ask Jay Tooms a question. Did you read this out loud, or did you just read it to yourself?
Definitely read it just to myself.
So, okay, so I still have no idea what's going on.
You still don't know.
I'm just like, damn it, what the note
Yeah,
say?
somebody must have left you a message.
Yes, it's very odd. You're holding my tea for a second. I want you to check this out in the room because there's been difficulties on the other side of the door, if you don't mind. And I go and I unlock my door. If you could just come in for just a moment.
I have work that I need to be...
definitely insist, Jonathan, and I grab him by the scruff of like his servant's outfit, and I just flung him into the room.
As you come into the room, I'm already sitting in there waiting for you.
Andrew, we need to speak to this servant, Jonathan. Is that your name, Jonathan?
Yes!
Yeah, what'd the note say?
What are you talking about?
The note on the door.
What do you mean? What did the note on the door say?
There was a note on the door.
Yes, I know there was a note on the door, but how did you know there was a note on the door? Is this some sort of thing? Are you two working on some sort of weird way to mess with me?
I had to leave the note. They paid me. They paid me to leave a note.
Yes, but how did you know there was a note on the door?
I
Are you monitoring my comms? That is a big faux pas. I'm a consulting assassin. What I do in the evening is
Assassin?
absolutely, definitely business. It is always professional. That is just that is not cool.
Listen, two things. First, I don't trust you. Second, we're partners. And third, you said you were going to sleep.
Yes,
sir.
but obviously I was going to sneak around a castle for an evening.
Yeah, well, you should have told me that.
Yes, but there were people around.
Then
that
I
need
wouldn't
to
have had to
hear
eavesdrop on
that
you.
I was
I
going to
go?
go to... No, Jonathan, you stand right there.
Okay.
I obviously was saying, I'm going to go to bed, or murder bed, or whatever I said, because there were people passing by, and they think we're all going to sleep, and then I sneak around the castle, and the killers do things.
Good, I'm glad we're on the level.
That's not on the level. You should have just said, I know you're sneaking out, and we can work together.
No,
So we both lied to each other. All right,
Yes.
fine. Listen, Jonathan, this servant person left this note. Here it is, and I fling it at you.
What the hell?
Yes, apparently somebody, the Baroness is still alive. Obviously, it's speaking as if to you. I don't know these things.
You said somebody paid you to place this here?
Yeah, I live in the my sister lives in the mines, and somebody gave this letter to her, and then she gave it to me, and there was a little bit of money that changed hands.
And you didn't ask at all about where this came from or who handed it to your sister?
No, it's best not to ask questions about these sort of things. It was just a letter.
right.
It didn't seem any...
Jonathan, have you ever seen a bow tie up close?
All right. Hold on. Tooms, take down. Jonathan, you can go.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, hold on a second. He shouldn't leave yet.
No, I don't think he has anything to do with this.
Are we certain about that? I'm going to do a scrutiny check on
Yeah.
Jonathan. Oh, yeah. Actually, I would know. That's pretty good. Plus 10 on my perception, so 44. I got a 27.
Good job. You should check people whether they're telling the truth
Yes.
or not. But he is telling the truth. He's on the up and up. He
Yeah.
seems to just be a messenger.
I mean, he's on
Does
the...
he look like literally like he's incredibly nervous at this
He's
point?
incredibly nervous about this. It's like, I just was delivering a message. I didn't think there was anything wrong about delivering a message.
Probably more nervous because you mentioned the whole assassin bit.
Yeah, you said
and-
you were an assassin, and you two are yelling at each other.
Jonathan, I can tell that you're a man of your word. And as a man of your word and a professional servant, I know that it's important for you to keep things to yourself that's said between what other people discuss in these rooms. Is that all right, Jonathan?
Of course.
Jonathan, look into my eyes. Look into my cold, black eyes.
Yes?
Jonathan, you're going to forget everything that happened in the last 20 minutes.
What happened in the last 20 minutes?
Exactly. Jonathan, have a wonderful evening. And just shove him out the door.
He hurries off.
I mean, if this is to be believed, this is from the Baroness we saw on the monitor killing the Queen.
The Baroness Collins.
Yes.
The one that you supposedly killed but didn't, obviously.
No, I mean, we didn't kill her. We let her go.
Interesting. So, clearly this is stating that things are not what they seem. Obviously they aren't. People are trying to kill each other, but maybe she's referring to her little bit of diabolical murdering.
Well, there's two problems with this. One, I never saw the Baroness write anything, so I have no idea if this is her handwriting or not. It's also not the best handwriting, but This could.
I mean, you do know that the Baroness was writing a lot of stuff in her chambers, like way back when she was in her prison cell. She was writing like memoirs.
Okay,
or something.
then I should ask you: do I recognize this as her writing?
The thing is, you didn't read much. You know that she wrote a lot, but you didn't necessarily read any of the stuff that she was writing.
Daniel, can we go into your records and see if there's any saved footage from Baroness's writing implements to see if this matches her handwriting? Do you have anything on file, or did Atris delete all of it?
I mean, let me look back in my memory banks here to see if I was... I mean, I never looked at the handwriting that closely before, but I did see a little bit of it when you were talking to the Baroness, what is it, like a year ago now?
Yeah, I mean, even just like a glimpse in like a video log.
All right. And I'm able to pull up like just a little bit of like the conversation going on with the Baroness, and she has like a book open,
like
that
one
she
quick
was writing
frame type.
Yeah,
of situation?
just a quick frame of her handwriting.
Now, Tooms, you're good at scrutinizing things. Does this look like it's the same handwriting?
Let me compare.
Yeah.
So I'm going to compare the two. Oh, yeah, it's a plus 10. My perception's a 44 then, so I got a 38.
This is definitely not the same handwriting.
All right, so clearly this isn't the same handwriting, so Jonathan wasn't lying, but somebody was claiming to be the Baroness.
Or I mean, this could. Here's the problem, Tooms, is that this could have been written by her behest. Sure, we have clear footage of someone, at least that looks like her, killing the Queen. But at the same time, this could just be a lure to get us into the caves so that we get killed.
That's what I'm thinking. And it said the last wording here, it says, meet us. Wouldn't it just be St. Collins? Do you think there'd be more than one? Why would she write us?
Like someone else is working with her?
I don't know.
This is very suspicious.
Obviously. I want to check on the Queen's quarters one more time. I've got this strange itch in the back of my head.
Do you want me to come with you, or
Yes.
do you want to get there stealthily?
Yes, well, obviously, if I go by myself, you'll just hack into my comms or whatever.
I mean, I could just put this camera on you.
No, you don't need to put a camera on me. We're fine, we'll work together. Jeez. Guess you can't... Anyways, let's just go check out the Queen's quarters.
All right,
Okay.
so we make our way up there.
The Queen's quarters is locked. But I believe you do have a key from, you have access.
From Lee.
Yeah, Lee gave you a key, so you can access the area.
All right, so we unlock it, and we
Yeah.
go in.
So we go into the Queen's quarters and go into the back room where she
Yeah.
was.
And again, it's a lavish bedroom. She has her computer terminal in there.
Yeah, because
she-
it was bedroom, essentially all conjoined to the last room where she was actually murdered. It was triple bedroom deep.
Yeah.
Can we run the video file again of her getting murdered by St. Collins?
All right, so I access it.
Make another tech use check for me.
Okie dokie. Oh, hell yeah, dog.
What?
Sorry. Yes, I passed the roll.
Strange colloquialism from thousands of years ago.
Yes, I do pass if it matters 2 degrees of success.
All right. Looking at the footage does not appear to be any different than what you saw before, but you realize that actually there's a lot more footage on here that has been saved into the system's memory. You only really looked at the most recent one, but actually this camera has been recording for several nights. And you see the Baroness and the Queen meeting several times. The Baroness coming out of the fireplace and talking to the Queen, and they seem... You don't know what they're talking about.
But it's not like heated. It's like cordial, like it seems to be expected.
She seems to be expected. It looks like they're arguing occasionally. This is going on for about, it seems, a month or so, going back, of the Baroness and the Queen talking to each other.
So clearly they were on good terms.
It seems odd to suddenly kill somebody you've been, cavorting with for a month long.
To the night of the murder, can we go back to that footage real quick?
All right, and I dial it back.
Yeah.
And looking at the scene where the Baroness is killing the Queen, right? She strangled her,
Yes.
right, with a chain?
Yes.
Tell me, is there a way to enhance or just see if there's anything being done here that could have possibly... Either she wasn't... I'm trying to see if she really was killed, or if this is the Baroness. It just seems strange.
Can I, zoom in on her hands?
Zoom and enhance? Yeah, sure. This will be at -20. It's not the best resolution on this thing.
Okay. No.
Okay.
I fail.
You're
Delete the file.
able to zoom in on the hands. You're not getting anything. I mean, Here's the thing. There might be nothing to see from zooming in on the hands. It just zooming and enhancing this footage is a -20. So just know that you failing this check does not mean that you are missing a clue.
Yeah.
Because there might not be anything to find, but you do not find anything. Yes.
Well, that's too bad. It's obviously a little bit too blurry for us to make anything out. It just seems very odd is all. And the passage is blocked downward. So what do you think? Do you think we should stay here and investigate these barons and baronesses a little bit more? Or maybe take a trip to the mines? Clearly somebody is trying to lure us out, but why?
Well, I think it's clear that of the barons and baroness, that our most appropriate ally, I should say, is the baroness, who has now been saved from danger. I don't trust the other two. I'm just going to say this now, that I don't trust the facade that Walker had of just playing like he's this naive person, because somebody who can operate and build robots to the level that he's been able to do it is not an idiot.
Yes, but he might be skilled with robotics, just not with the politics of the planet.
Yeah, but, I mean, think about the pretense of that. Somebody who prefers to have cold, calculating machines with them at all times as opposed to people.
Listen, I don't think we have a clear murderer, although I do feel like it must be Woke. Or attempted murderer, sorry, the idiot didn't complete the task. But...
Or it's not any of them. That's the thing, though, is it still it could be none of them.
It was a mutant, wasn't it? Like...
It could have been the invisible mutant that snuck down into the cellar and poisoned the cask.
That's true. I mean, at the end of the day, this could all be Collins. Collins kind of, removing any competition for her potential ascension to the throne.
She technically does have a claim to the throne. I mean, technically she's dead, but, she does have royal blood in her.
And she could come back, quote unquote.
Yeah, miraculously.
Oh, look, the saint suddenly reappeared, and all of her competition is dead.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's no way to avoid going down to the caverns and investigating.
But we have to do it on our terms, because clearly whoever sent this letter is lying to some extent.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I think the only plan of action from this point on is to just go down there and figure this out.
All right. Maybe we make our way to the mines, and maybe we set up a trap of our own.
Okay. I know the Scourges were going into the mine soon, though, in a couple of days. I don't know. I think that's what the Baroness was going to talk to us about.
Yeah, she was planning to clear it out. You were right, Daniel. She was planning to go down there and clear it out. Maybe... Do we think we should get down there before that starts happening?
Well, I don't think the Baroness was going to clear it out. The Scourges were going to clear it out. Woke was going to go with them. I mean, maybe the Baroness was. I don't know. We didn't get enough time to talk to Baroness Riendo. Or really any time. She may be recovered. I don't know. I mean, probably not.
I think we should make our way before the Scourges get there, to cut them off at the pass, essentially.
I do agree. I agree. We should get there before then.
Maybe we go tonight.
All right. I'm down.
Right now? Okay, I guess.
I don't know. I'm pretty wide awake at this point.
I mean, I was already not sleeping, so...
Wait, what do you mean you don't sleep?
I only, sort of partially sleep.
Interesting.
The machine part of my mind is always working.
I'm gonna be honest, it makes a lot of sense.
And yes, I totally tapped into your comm line.
All right, let's go.
All right, so I guess we'll have to leave the castle, go down into the mines.
Yeah, so I guess I'll recalibrate for night vision for you, Daniel, as we move down to the mines.
Okay. Shoot, this is going to be a whole thing. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Thanks for listening to this grimdark tale. Will our boys find answers deep in the mines? Potentially. Should they have gone there immediately after viewing the first recording? It could be argued. But will they finally solve this thing? Tune in next month to find out. Special thanks to Daniel Fernandez for inserting his soul into a Servo skull and helping these two as Game Master. I'll be chronicling new episodes of Dark Heresy every first and second Wednesday of the month. And if you want to get your wargaming fix, tune in to Roll to Seas every final Wednesday. If you'd like to download more episodes or check out other similar podcasts, head over to partialarc.com. There you might enjoy listening to Friday Night Quests, a podcast much like Dark Heresy, but set in the fantastical and equally hilarious world of Dungeons & Dragons. You may even recognize some familiar voices, such as Daniel Fernandez or even Jay Jones, along with many more ridiculous and wonderful characters. Definitely check it out. Also, you can email these morons any questions at rolltoseas@gmail.com. Of course, you can always follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr, all at Partial Arc. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to leave a rating and review on iTunes. You could win a one-way ticket to your local mine. Why is it one way? Oh look, it's the end of the recording. Goodbye.